you are actually going to be able to work on some kind of a horrible addiction here, which has been affecting you for a while, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. So it's about an opportunity which is almost instantly going to make you aware of this. So this is important because this actually started to affect your own happiness without you even realizing this. And it has been going on for a while, my gorgeous Sagittarini. I did mention this before in one of my previous readings, and this energy seems to be going on. Please don't get me wrong. When I say that it's certain addiction that you need to work on, I'm not saying that you're junkie, I'm not saying that you're necessarily an alcoholic, I'm not saying that you're necessarily, whatever, but I'm just saying that, the addiction nowadays come in so many different ways. You can be addicted to the internet, you can be addicted to the specific sites on the internet, and you need to be careful about these things because the specific sites, websites on the internet are designed in such a way where they are making people really, really scared and rather aggressive on purpose. And you need to be able to identify this, and you need to be able to remove yourself from this type of websites because they're very dark and they're very negative, like a certain social networks, for example. So if you do create, like at some point in your life, an addiction towards something that's really like vicious, really negative and really dark, then you're just going to find yourself in that particular place. So this is why you need to follow and you need to pay attention to those things that elevate you, those things that make you feel happy, those things that make you feel good. So this in itself, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's going to be absolutely obvious right at the beginning of this week what this addiction is, because you are going to become aware of something that has been affecting you for so long, and that is absolutely going to be evident to you. And it's not only about you identifying this, it's just going to happen like, oh my god, this is making me feel really bad, this is draining my energy, this is making me feel really horrible, oh no, I don't want to be part of this anymore, or I don't want to be taking this anymore. It really depends what this addiction is, but it's important to say that this has been affecting your happiness, my gorgeous Sagittarini. So this is why you have to do something about it. Okay, so just basically, it really depends what it is. But the bottom line is that you are going to have an amazing opportunity to actually do something about it, but just purely by being able to tell exactly where your unhappiness is coming from at the beginning of this week. And then you're going to realize that it is to do with some kind of addiction as well. And that in itself, it's very important. So it's all about an opportunity to actually do something about it. So how are you going to know that you have the opportunity? Just by becoming aware of it, because something is going to take place, my darling. Okay, so this is in between the 7th and the actual 13th of March. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. In between the 7th and the 13th of March, this reading is. So this is something that you are really going to, really, you're going to need to do something about it. But then at the same time, as I said, you are going to have an opportunity to do this, okay? And the opportunity, it's going to come at the moment in time when you are able to identify this, and this is going to make you feel so much happier. You have no idea how much this has been affecting you. It's been affecting you big time. Look, this is your addiction. This is the bastard over here, okay? And that's a really great, amazing inspiration and opportunity that is actually going to come to you through your own understanding. Like, you will know where this is coming from. And the reason why am I banging on about it for so long, my gorgeous Sagittarini, no, the reason why am I banging about it for so long is because it's preventing you to feel happy. It's preventing you to feel the happiness that you should be feeling at this stage of your life. So, my goodness, you need to kind of really make an edit here as soon as you possibly can, and not again. And that card, okay, I'm going to show you. 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 This means these ones that flicked out like a big mama, like a massive impatient mama, yeah? This one, basically, it's like all about, this card is telling me that you also are going to realize that you've got everything you possibly need in order to make that decision. Not that you have everything you possibly need, but you are going to be strong enough. You are getting into the right place in your life. And I'm going to say the millionth time, the reason why I'm banging about it for so long is because this is preventing you to be yourself. It's preventing you to do what you want to do. It's preventing you to enjoy your life because it's been stuck like a little tick at the back of your subconscious mind. It's like a tick sucking you dry, you know, at the back of your subconscious mind, but you're not even realizing. And then at some point, oops, the tick became way too big. Take it out and throw the bastard away. So this is what I'm talking about. This is why this is so important, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Indeed, this is something I need to stress because lots of you haven't realized that this has been affecting your own happiness. And by the end of this week, this in itself is going to be absolutely obvious. And also, going back to the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you know what I really like here is the actual, moving on from this, bye darling, bye, see you later alligator. Okay, so moving on from this, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's basically you are going to have such an amazing inspiration also at the beginning of this week. I like this so much, and it's going to start with like a really positive news that you're actually going to have, that you're going to become aware of. This positive news is going to give you an inspiration, and this inspiration that you are going to have, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is just basically, you know, it's important to mention that this is going to also with itself, it's going to bring like a sense of some kind of belonging, you know, to you. And it's also like kind of going to be an important stage of your life, because this is going to help you to reach your goal. How? It's all about you expanding your horizons. You're expanding your horizons. Now it's time for you to expand your horizons. This inspiration that you are going to have, the bottom line is, so it's first of all going to start with a good and positive news, and then something is going to inspire you like there is no tomorrow, and this inspiration is going to lead towards you understanding and realizing the bottom line is that you need to start expanding your horizons. We are not on this earth forever. We are here for just a short amount of time, and this is something that I need you to understand. And almost I know that you are going to be thinking about a particular step that you need to make at the same time. It's going to seem like, oh my god, or something like really long, and then something is going to be keep on putting you off, like no baby no, and you're going to be thinking, shall I do this or not, shall I go for this or not? But the only reason what is going to be putting you off is like some kind of longevity. You're going to think something is too complex and too long, and it's just like, oh my god, too much of an uncertainty for you. But no baby no, in exactly 21 days, in exactly 21 days, something really miraculous in your life, it's about to happen. But you need to be open to this. Sorry, darling. You need to be open to this. I talk to my plants, yes. You see the size of them, yeah? Yeah, you need to, I do not use any chemicals on these plants whatsoever, okay? It's all natural and organic. But anyway, so you just need to be kind of open to this, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. And that in itself is going to be so important, because it's going to help you to come out of yourself. It's going to help you to be so much happier. And at the same time, you know, there is some kind of reunion going to be on your mind. And that reunion that is going to be on your mind, it's really going to highlight the specific person in your life, and that specific person in your life that it's going to be highlighted, you know, you are that particular person who is going to be on your mind as soon as you're thinking about this reunion also has got a very important message for you. So subconsciously something is bringing you towards somebody who you haven't seen in a while, but that particular person has got a really invaluable information for you at the same time. Trust your psychic guidance, trust your intuition. This is going to be important, and at the same time this is all going to help you to take over the leadership of your own life. Listen, I'm not saying that you're not like leader of your own life, but you will see that you're going to realize that you've started maybe like losing yourself a little bit over the last 12 months in particular. And now this is going to really create a moment when you are also going to start getting back to yourself and where you're gonna start reconnecting with yourself as well. It's gonna help you to like really kind of be in charge of your own life, and in particular when it comes to like you feeling so optimistic about it at the same time. It's all about leading towards your own independence, but it's not going to happen until you let go and until you release some kind of like past version of you. You need to let go, and you need to release some kind of a past version of you, because that in itself is going to allow you to nurture, you know, what you should be nurturing at this stage of your life, and also to understand, you know, where to invest. But also it's really important when it comes to the actual you know, you not making a choice based on sincere feelings, for example. And this is going to be absolutely evident here, because you are going to need to reflect on the certain things that happened in your past, and you are going to remember that there is a specific lesson that you've learned not that long ago, and you know that it's also going to be the moment in time where you are also going to understand that this is not going to happen until you release your fears. And the moment you release your fear, you will remember what you learned exactly now 9 weeks ago. I'm not saying that you forgot what you've learned 9 weeks ago, but there is something that you've seen exactly 9 weeks ago. It like kind of helped you to understand what you saw for the first time in your life. You had a connection to something that you never had a connection before, but very quickly you forgot about it, and there was a very specific reason for that. So now you're just gonna have to work a little bit and remember what exactly you've learned like about nine weeks ago. When I say that you learned something 9 weeks ago, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I strictly mean that, you know, not that you've learned something about yourself necessarily 9 weeks ago, but it's about you realizing something that, you know, attracted your attention, that you want to kind of find out a little bit more about it. And so that it also comes under that umbrella, like what you kind of learned about yourself, because now something changed within, and that's the first time that you felt, you know, such a strong attraction towards something that you've never felt before. And this is a very healthy sign that you've learned quite a lot about yourself, and now you are moving on with your life. You're growing, you're changing, and you are evolving. This is going to be absolutely super evident at around the midweek as well. At around the midweek, my gorgeous Sagittarini, there is some kind of like crazy thing that you're going to hear, crazy thing that you're going to become aware of. There is some kind of mystery that is going to be revealed to you. This mystery that is going to be revealed to you, it's really kind of, first of all, it's going to sound really crazy, really mental, like it doesn't make sense, but then very soon you're going to put two and two together, and things are going to start making sense. This particular mystery that I'm talking about, this is nothing to do with your life in particular, but it's to do with like, oh my God, like looking at the bigger picture and finding out the specific information. And when you find out this specific information, like there is so much that it's actually going to start making sense to you, and you are going to become aware of like so much of lies and dishonesty. Like, I'm not talking about something specific here. I'm not talking about someone specific here, but I'm just talking about you looking at the bigger picture. You are going to feel, when you become aware of that mystery, you're going to feel like, oh my God, I think that there is so much that I have to find out about this world by myself. There is so much that I want to find out. There is so much that maybe I've been told that wasn't true. Like, it's to do a lot with the history. It's to do a lot with the past. It's to do a lot with the looking at the bigger picture. And that's why I'm saying it's a mystery, because you are about to find yourself in a completely different dimension. This world is going to start to feel and seem like something completely different, and that in itself is going to blow you away, but it's going to give you so much strength and power, because you will feel the truth, you will know the truth, but most certainly you're not going to be able to explain everything. You're just going to need to slowly but surely drift towards all these feelings and emotions that you are having, in terms of like finding out more, finding out further. So you have to do like literally one one step at a time. So although this is gonna like kind of blow you away, because almost as if you're gonna find yourself in a whole new world, like literally whole new dimension, and that is gonna naturally going to throw you out of balance, of course, because it's going to happen quite sudden. But then again, at the same time, you know, it's like a lots of elements of excitedness, how excited you are going to feel, a lot of elements of optimistic energy and positivity is just over stronger than negativity, and this in itself is going to take over. So first of all, what you're going to find out, it's going to like kind of shock you, but then on another hand, you're going to become very, very curious to find out more. This is so essential, and it's so important for you to understand that you're sacred, you're different, you're very powerful, you're extremely open-minded, and you're very, very clever. When it comes to your spiritual intelligence, I'm talking about spiritual intelligence, because you're going to understand and you're going to see things that lots of other people don't understand and don't see at this stage of their lives. My gorgeous Sagittarini, this reading has gone like so deep. But what I do when I'm doing readings, then every single sign I borrow that energy for a while and I just go with it. And this is just making me to find out more, to find out further. You know, but it's just going to kind of open your eyes. And first of all, it's going to shock you, but then again, you're going to start feeling really excited, because you're going to realize, you know, that there were specific things that you were like kind of maybe subconsciously being prepared for, so they're not going to surprise you as much as you think that you would have been surprised at this stage in your life, because what you're going to find out. So this mystery, it's only going to show you like literally the whole new world, and it's going to make you aware of the fact that if you want to find out something about yourself, about not about yourself, but about your about the past in general, about a certain history in general, then you just have to really dig in yourself. You need to dig in a little bit deeper, and you need to follow your intuition, and you need to just see where this is going to take you, and then you're just going to make a sense of this all by yourself. You make your own sense, because this in itself, it's really going to be only 2 days later. This is actually going to be primarily responsible for you finding out your own truth. This is going to help you out so much. You have no idea, okay? Because, you know, this is going to help you when it comes to your inner knowledge. This is going to help you when it comes to like you understanding that your inner knowledge is the best guide, you know, in all, literally. But at the same time, you know, it is also going to help you to come closer to an important truth when it comes to you, when it comes to yourself, because you're part of this world, you're part of this vibration, you're part of this energy. So of course that this is going to have a positive impact on you, especially when it comes to you understanding now completely that now you need to kind of come up with some kind of a plan. Now you need to be clever, now you need to be intelligent, now you need to be very logical, because this in itself is going to open your eyes, but most importantly, it's going to give you so much strength, you know, and that in itself, it's going to be brilliant, because at the same time, somebody is going to give you a rather brilliant advice, a really, really brilliant advice. Somebody in your life, somebody who's very clever, somebody who's very sharp, somebody who's very intelligent, somebody who's very grounded, is going to give you an excellent advice. And this excellent advice that you are going to have, it's really kind of going to, you know, be so beneficial for you when it comes to you making balanced judgments, you know. And at the same time, this is all going to lead towards a major choice that you are going to have. This major choice that you're going to become aware of, you know, it's going to be so important, because at the same time, you know, this is a lot to do with your emotional intelligence, and it's also a lot to do by you making that major choice, and it's to do with your emotional intelligence. You must not forget about this. So this major choice that you are going to make at around the midweek, it's going to come strictly and purely through your emotional intelligence. And what is this actually going to do? It's going to actually make you more stable, and it's going to help you to escape some kind of a really bad stage in your life. You know, it's going to help you to pull yourself together, but it's also going to open your eyes, because at that moment in time, you're going to be reminded what you've learned happened in the, from the past. And this is going to prevent from the certain fears coming true. Very, very important here, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, there is an important compromise. I'm sorry, my darling, but there is an important compromise you're going to need to make. A very important compromise that you're going to need to make. And at the same time, as soon as you make that compromise, you will understand that now is the time to stand up for yourself, and now it's the time to be completely clear about what you want and what you need in this life. Because if you're not clear with yourself, nobody else can be clear for you. This is important because it's to do with your passion. So now you are gonna become so passionate right within the last couple of days this week. It's like, oh my God, you're gonna become so passionate when it comes to you wanting to make a certain decision. And that decision is strictly connected to your ambition, and is strictly connected to the beginning of a very, very important spiritual journey in your life. It's like the beginning of a really, really interesting and powerful adventure. But at the same time, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you need to be patient, okay? You need to understand, and you need to remember to be patient. This is very important indeed. And also, when it comes to the last part of this week, just pay attention to what your body is telling you, trying to tell you. It is going to be also a very strong combination, very strong energy when it comes to mind, body, and spirit. And that means that a certain part of your body, especially on the 12th and the 13th of March, especially on the 12th and the 13th of March, the certain part of your body is going to be screaming for your attention. You're not going to be able not to notice this whatsoever. But because the combination in between mind, body, and spirit is going to be so sharp, it's going to be so crisp, this is also a very strong indication that at that moment in time, you're going to possess this like magical vibration and energy in order to heal that specific part of your body. So if your stomach is hurting, that obviously you need to maybe change your diet, and as soon as you kind of make connection with that, as soon as you acknowledge that, you're already starting the process of healing, you see, let alone once you start changing your diet, but you're already like kind of halfway there. So if your leg is hurting, then maybe you need to do the certain exercises. Or maybe you need to do like, maybe you need to like do certain exercises, or maybe you need a little massage or whatever, but as soon as you do that, as soon as you become aware of that pain, as soon as you acknowledge it, you're already halfway there. So this is why this is going to be so important to pay attention to what this is. If you're feeling really thirsty on the 12th and the 13th of March, then at the same time, you need in general to drink more water, If you feel really hungry and feel lightheaded, then that means that your food needs to be like rich in protein. You need to change your diet, and you need to make sure that you are eating something constructive. You know what I mean? Like you're eating something like rich in protein and things like that. So do that. Try to pay attention to what your body is trying to tell you. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm just going to see what this oracle card is going to be for you. Okay, so what your oracle card is going to be, my gorgeous Sagittarini. What your oracle card is going to be. Oh my God, this is exactly what you need. I think that you've been through lots of stress. There was so much happening in your life. Okay, so now you're also entering the stage of this magnificent tranquility right from the beginning of this week. You will notice that you are, regardless from what is actually happening, what I said, a lot is going to be going on, but you will be noticing, right from the beginning of this week that you're so much more kind of tranquil, you're so much more relaxed, you're so much more chilled out. And that in itself also, it's going to be a sign to have faith. Just have faith. Because I know that you are going to be making some major decisions and major choices this week. But I also know that there are going to be lots of influences from the outside, slightly dark and heavy influences from the outside that are going to be affecting you. So it's almost as if like you're thinking, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But at the same time, as soon as you make that step forward, you make a step backwards by thinking, oh, it's not the right time. Oh my God, well, I've just heard, no, I can't do that right now, what I've just heard, you know. So you just have to ignore this, and you have to strictly pay attention to your path, pay attention to your spiritual journey. And when you come across the challenges like this, then just remember that, you know, these are just challenges. You know, you just, you know, follow your own light, because very, very quickly, very shortly, there is a massive, enormous, giant light at the end of the tunnel waiting for you. Okay, my go-to Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.